Hello, hello, test, test, test. All right, that worked.
Okay.
What is going on, guys? No one's in here yet, so I guess I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking to myself right now. But we're recording, though, so that's the only thing that sucks. Let me see if I can find this link. I'll send it over to you in a second, Craig. But yeah, all right. So if you guys want to just get right back into it, we were just talking Rutgers Northwestern, big win. I don't even know where we left off. Do you guys remember?
Yeah, we were just talking about. I think it was we were talking about defense.
All right, yeah. So go.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys
the
can just jump
grind.
right back
Yeah,
into
Chris
that.
was talking about how Pico calls it a grind.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he always we're talking about NCAA tournament and we're obviously they've been playing really good defense lately. They've been rebounding a lot better. Both those things were issues early in the middle of the season once Big Ten play started a couple games into it. They've been playing a lot better overall. Their offense is I think it's gonna come, but as long as they play their style of offense, defense, and rebounding and just playing tough and just grinding through, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I kind of find it amazing how they were just one of the top 3 point shooting teams to start off the, I guess, non conference play. And then all of a
Mhm.
sudden, this conference play hit, and it was just a complete different team on offense. Between Ron, like we talked about, his arc on his shot kind of looks like he was rushing it. But you said the other day he did slow it down quite a bit. Like I said, if he ever starts hitting, this team
Yeah.
could be very, very dangerous. He's still shooting in the 40%, I think, on the year, which is incredible to say just for the sole fact that he's had his very bad struggles. But overall, the team's just. It's a good team. And I mean, if that offense clicks, I don't see any reason why they can't make a deep tournament run.
I think I saw the link before. Somebody asked if we thought that Rutgers could beat Michigan.
Yeah, that was in the chat before. I'm just going to go ahead and say no. This team, that Michigan team, is good. Even like when they were bad this past weekend, they bounced right back and beat. I think it was Wisconsin, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, that was a big win for them just to bounce back. I think they were down 10 plus at half, if I recall
I know
correctly,
they. I think they ended the game on an 8-0 run.
which is just incredible. A very good team.
Mhm.
Isaiah Livers is a problem. I think him versus Ron's going to be interesting. We've seen, and Michigan has Rutgers' number kind of. It's kind of like that Michigan State matchup. I don't think Rutgers has ever beat Michigan. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I think you're. I
Uh,
think. I think you're right.
yeah, I don't
yeah, I
think
don't think
they
they've ever
have
beat him.
yet. So now add that factor in, and it makes the game even a little more tougher, like mentally. So I
Sure.
mean, I don't know if you guys think they could beat them or not, but
I'm gonna say. I mean, obviously they can. They can beat them. I'm probably gonna pick Michigan for this one. I think they're just too tough. Now they have, their feet under them a little bit now after they were paused for a while. I remember last year the games. The Michigan bigs just dominated Rutgers. Inside and outside, they're hitting threes. They were doing pick and rolls and whatnot. And Miles and Shaq Carter then weren't getting back in the paint and falling the bigs, and they were getting burned. Obviously, Michigan has a little bit of a different team now. But we'll say I know they're obviously ranked number 3 for a reason. So and it's in Michigan too, and 9 o'clock start. So I don't know how that's gonna affect them.
Yeah,
I
those. I mean, I don't get those. Why? How many 9 o'clock starts we got to have this year? Why?
I think
Why are
yeah.
we blessed to have 9 o'clock starts like every week?
I think it's
I
like at least 5 right now, something like that. 5
it's
6.
something like that, and I think it's just with the TV networks.
Yeah.
I know
Give it
under,
to like the Midwestern teams. Why they got to give East Coast Rutgers 9 o'clock
Yeah.
starts like every week?
I don't know. We and Chris have talked about this. It's stupid. I hate it because now like by the time the game's over, it's like midnight. Press
Yeah.
conference is over. It's like 12:30, and it's like, oh, dude, I just want to go to bed. I'm
Yeah,
tired. Like I'm bored. Like I want to go to bed.
I usually got like work the next day, so I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh, it's like annoying.
But yeah, so we got another question in chat. What's going on, Jason? Jason said we're still going to be in March Madness, tough even if we lose. I think they're solely in right now, pending a gigantic blow up. Knock on wood of them going. What is it? 5 games left? 6 games left?
Hmm.
5.
So if they go 0-5, maybe you're probably out. But you win one more, and I'm pretty sure that kind of secures it. Two
Hmm.
more is going to give like a definite, but one more I think just puts you pretty close to securing that bid.
Yeah. And after the Michigan game too, they have 4 games left, like we said, and then they're all winnable. Yeah, home against Maryland, home Indiana, at Nebraska. I know Nebraska just beat Penn State yesterday,
I can't
and then they
believe
also are at Minnesota, and they've all beaten those teams this year. They haven't played Nebraska yet, but that's obviously a winnable game.
Yeah, I was always kind of thinking 10 was the magic number to get into the tournament. To be honest, going back to the Michigan point, I'm really not probably expecting a win. I mean, it's the Big Ten, so anything's possible. But really, as they showed against Wisconsin, you have to basically play perfect for 40 minutes to beat them, because even Wisconsin played them really well. And just those last 7-8 minutes, Michigan just took the game over, and just they ended up winning the game. So. And honestly, like we said, Michigan, we've never beaten them, and they're probably a matchup nightmare because, I mean, Hunter Dickinson, you can see he's probably going to match up well with Miles Johnson. Guy who just plays like Jokic or something. The guy's just humongous, a monster. Oh, got Livers. I mean, they're number 3 for a reason. Right. So you have to play almost perfect basketball to beat them. So for Rutgers to beat them, I mean, it's not impossible, but I'm not expecting it. So then it really comes down to those last 4 games. Right now, all those teams are unranked. So I would think Rutgers goes into each of those games thinking they do have a shot of coming away with the win. And as long as they win probably 1 or 2, I think they'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see you being wrong at all. It's crazy to see like who Rutgers beat, and like they have 5 or 4 quad 1 wins. The Illinois one's it's a huge one for their tournament resume. The Purdue one's big. You proved you could win away, winning against Indiana and Maryland, and I would love to see them snag one more quad 1 win. I just don't know if you're gonna get it. I guess it depends on who's even left. I forget.
Michigan's probably unless you win in the Big Ten, unless you go on a run in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, I guess Minnesota could technically be a quad 1 win depending on where they are at when it comes to March 6th. But other than that, it's just that's another thing. The Big Ten tournament's coming up. Like, do they need to make a run? No, but you can't lose one of those. I don't even know what the games are. I don't even know where they're going to be ranked, to be honest. What are they, 6 or 7?
Are we like 100% sure like the Big Ten tournament's going to be played? Because I know Peichel said like he would, like him and the team would go.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I know I wouldn't be surprised if as we get closer, if teams start to like privately say like we don't really are too crazy about doing this, and all of a sudden it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
are we like 100?
Yeah, I think it's definitely happening. Otherwise, most of these teams have already had pauses, so knock on wood, it's gone. It's good, whatever. You're good to go now. And then on top of that, it's for TV ratings and stuff. They're not anything with money. They're not going to turn that away.
I just wonder, like, knock on wood, it doesn't happen. Yeah. But let's say a team like Michigan. Oh, I don't even want to say a team. But let's say a team wins the Big Ten tournament, and then shortly after it comes out that they have to shut down. Like, what happens? Are you going to say a team that won the tournament, their conference tournament, isn't going to be allowed to play in March Madness?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't think the first game's until, the 18th, technically, and that's like the play-in round. So like the 19th or 20th. So, I mean, depending on, when's the Big Ten Tournament Championship? Do we even know? I mean, we probably know, but like...
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know if you can get away with like because I think
usually it's about like, isn't it usually like a month in between? I know it was different last year because there was like those 2 weeks or something. That was like dumb. This would have been. But
this is going to be strange. That's another good question though, because like, what if someone gets COVID while they're in this makeshift bubble that they have? Does the whole team like sit out because of contact tracing and all that stuff? So I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen there. And that's a lot
it's definitely a valid point because, our teams are obviously, I'm sure gonna, I know they value, their conference tournaments, but I'm sure they would obviously value, the NCAA tournament a lot more. And if something happens, then you won't be able to play in the NCAA tournament. So it's definitely a valid concern, and we'll see.
Yeah, I was just playing out like all these dooms, like, I hope it doesn't happen, but all these doomsday scenarios in my head. Like, let's say a team wins the conference tournament, they're probably not going to hold off the tournament. And if the bracket is set, what is the team that was supposed to play them in the first round just get a bye or something?
It's crazy to think about. You would hope that these coaches kind of have their players like ready to go and just like, hey, everyone, just do not leave your dorm room at all, like
Yeah.
for the next 2 months.
no.
Yeah.
So-
So right now the Big Ten championship game is March 14th, and that's also Selection Sunday. And then
Oh wow.
the first four is on the 18th, and first round is 19th and 20th, like you said.
I never understood why they did it on Selection Sunday.
Yeah, I was
But
about to say, like, what if a team goes on like a run and they're like, oh,
if some team goes on a run and wins it
Yeah.
all, it's like, oh,
not?
yep, damn, we gotta put them in.
I'm sure
and-
the basketball games, early in the
Yeah, I just feel like you should probably have the bracket done probably by then,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. What if
What if
like,
Nebraska?
Penn State, Nebraska, or something
Yeah.
like makes it,
what if
like-
Northwestern?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? That Nebraska win against Penn State yesterday. It's from what everyone's saying, they knocked Penn State out of the bracket completely,
Mm-hmm.
which is scary to think because if Rutgers still has to play that Nebraska team,
Yeah. Sure.
and I don't think it's gonna knock them out if they lose, but it's gonna put them right on that edge.
Yeah. I mean, no game's obviously easy. You can't take anyone lightly. I'm sure all the players in Pleco will say that, as the game gets
Yeah.
closer. But
As long as if they win the other three, it probably won't matter.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, if you beat Michigan, you're 100% in. I would
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
yeah,
yeah.
they probably-
that'd be a huge win. But when you can't afford a quad 3, quad 4 loss, whatever it is, that's oh god, I don't even want to think about it.
yeah. I actually saw like a tweet. I think Danny Breslauer had it.
Mhm.
I think he said that like statistical wise, this is like the Big Ten this year is like the second greatest conference ever.
Really, that's
Yeah.
it's quite the statement actually.
Mhm.
I know a lot of my friends are like ACC fans, and I call them front runners because they're like UNC, there's Duke, I'm like,
Mhm.
all right. So they're all like, yo, the Big Ten's overrated. I'm like, no, I feel like your conferences have
And
been
I think
overrated
it has, like,
for
it
years.
could still end up being number one.
Oh yeah, easily. I think
Sure.
they're gonna have the most teams this year in the tournament by far. It's just a matter of do they break that? I think it's 9 or 10 is the record, something like that.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it is, but
And I saw a stat that said 11. I think 11 of the 13 teams in this league have been ranked at some point this year.
it's incredible.
Yeah. Who were the two?
Northwestern, I think.
Were they?
Probably,
Because they started off like pretty good before they lost 11 in a row.
I don't know actually. I would
I think
assume-
Nebraska. I don't think they were.
Nebraska, I would say.
You might be
yeah.
right actually. Northwestern might have been ranked this year.
Yeah, I think it was Nebraska. Was Penn State ranked?
I thought they were close if they weren't ranked at all.
Yeah.
I
I'm
feel like they were
see
really good
now.
early on too.
How do I even find the AP rankings?
It's got to be.
like that?
It's gonna be probably either. It's gonna be Nebraska. I know they're one, and it's probably gonna be either Penn State or Northwestern. I just can't think of which one it is.
It is no, they weren't ranked. So
Who?
yeah, Northwestern was ranked 19, week 6 of the season. So it's got to be Penn State, right?
Yeah.
That kind of sucks for them, but that loss too. That loss, I don't know how that happened at all. That hurt
As
Rutgers a
long as
lot.
if they just won that game, like we would have never really panicked.
Yeah, it was Penn State. They weren't ranked, but that was a bad loss. That one hurt a lot. And now that they're losing to Nebraska, it hurts even more. But again, you get this next win, it's kind of game over. So we'll see what happens there. But let's see what else we got. Another question in chat. Do we have a chance at Jacob Bowen, even though we have 4 OL commits? You guys don't really handle recruiting. I'm just going to answer that one real quick. No, I don't think there's any shot. Hun school kid. No, almost never come to to Rutgers. It's going to be very hard to get him regardless. He has a ton of offers. He's a top 100 kid. Looks like he's going to go out of state, but yeah, there's nothing else really there. Despite the 4 OL commits, they could probably land a 5th, to be honest. But yeah, it's not going to be him, I don't think. But I don't know if you guys want to jump right into the questions on the board, or like what do you want to do here?
Yeah, we do board, sure.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys want to just pick one, let's see what we got. Favorite concession. I like this one actually. I saw this before. Favorite rack concession item.
Ooh.
I
That's
have
a good
I have a bias here.
Okay.
When I was younger,
haven't-
the popcorn
I
games.
haven't.
You get a free
I haven't
popcorn.
bought. Yeah.
It's perfect. It was great.
You know what's the best? $1 hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
Okay.
those days when Rutgers was like, the Eddie Jordan days when they had to basically beg people to come to the rack?
Ah,
They're
yikes.
like $1 hot dog. So I actually have a funny story with that. Me and my dad went a couple years ago to like one of those dollar hot dog days.
Yeah.
And when we went up to the concession, they ran out of buns.
Really?
So we literally just got the hot dog.
What do you even do at that point?
You eat the hot dog
I don't know.
Nice.
That's
without a bun.
interesting. All right.
I've gotten my share of dollar hot dogs too at the rack
Yeah.
back in the
They
day.
taste all of that $1.
Yeah.
Not wrong, but yikes. I'm telling you that at popcorn day, though, they give you like a free popcorn. You could sit there. I don't know what it is about popcorn in a basketball game, but I, for some reason, loved it. And ever since then, like, I'll go to NBA games. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get popcorn. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
popcorn is good there. Football too.
Yeah, no, definitely. I remember they used to have the Papa John's pizzas at the football game I used to get all the time. I have the like little personal pies or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But what else is in this one? Favorite pep band song?
Favorite what?
The favorite pep band song.
Pep band song.
I
Is that
don't.
like Rutgers exclusive, or is that just anyone in general?
I don't. I would assume Rutgers exclusive, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the names of any of the songs.
I
I'm not sure.
Nation Army's pretty good.
That. Yeah. I mean, I like the. It's not. Is it Hell's Bells? I forget. What's the third down one for football? I guess not the rack. But
Oh, it's For Whom the Bell Tolls.
yes. Yeah. Obviously I would think that. That's a cop out, but I don't know any of their songs.
Didn't Shiano create that or something?
All games should be dollar dogs. I hear you, man. I agree. Dollar
Oh
hot
yeah,
dogs. Dude, I
this whole
wouldn't
game
even.
should be the hot dogs.
I'm not even gonna eat the pizza they give us at that point. I'm gonna go get the dollar hot dog. Any idea of how you would if you would all right, I like this one. If you were to expand the rack, how would you do it?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That is a good question.
That's a tough.
Noted landscaper Richie Schnyderite's gonna answer
Yeah.
this.
All right. I don't know. I mean, you guys are we're all answering this one, but I think the first thing I do is definitely, I hate to say it, I'm getting rid of the bleachers. I'm destroying those things. I'm throwing them out, throwing them in the garbage, and we're making like a bowl type thing. And then I don't know what we're doing with the front of the rack, but we are just destroying that wall and just pushing it out. You're adding bathrooms, you're adding concessions. That would change the Jersey team store too. I'd try to get like a store that like kind of like the practice facility has where you can access it inside and out or whatever. Like not if the rack's closed, hey, the store's still open. I thought that would have been a great idea. Kind of like I guess what Pernetti's plan was. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I think Chris, you've seen it definitely. I don't know if you've seen it, Craig, but it was like an artist rendering.
Yeah,
and
I've actually seen it.
yeah, it's like that bubble thing. I like the idea of having like a bowl type atmosphere, and especially with the way as old as that rack is, if you can make a bowl somehow, that place would go ballistic. But I don't know. That's a lot of money, and I don't know if Rutgers has that money.
Yeah,
But
I know. I mean, I know they added, like we were talking about before, the new seats. With I guess what was it called? Lodge, lobby lodge, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. But yeah, definitely need more bathrooms. That's just speaking for the fans, speaking for everybody, to be honest.
That's
More bathrooms are needed. I mean, other than that, the outside just looks old and boring, I guess. But the inside, obviously, you love the trapezoid, kind of shape. Keep the noise, obviously really loud down toward the court. But just bathrooms. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have too much to dive into that, but.
Yeah, I wouldn't go too crazy, but I think something I've wanted to see them do for years was I don't really mind the bleachers as much, but the student section I feel like should definitely be on the floor. Like they should move that because now there's enough. Now there's that thing is filled like not this year, but that thing is filled like every game now. So I would extend the student section to be like onto the floor, and I would kind of do that, kind of like how Duke has their fans basically on the floor. That's what I would do because like I don't know the what's the word I'm looking for, the court, the people who like the what's the word I'm looking for, like
VIPs.
What was that? Yeah, basically the
VIPs.
VIPs. Like I don't know. I mean that's kind of weird, but I would just basically move the student section onto the court with the same thing with the fans, and like Richie said, like that whole back wall area I would fill up with more seats. And the entrance, I would definitely extend that because there have been so many times where like when the place is packed, like so many people are trying to get in, and at the same time, people are like walking to their seats or walking to concessions, and you're basically like on top. You're like on top of everybody, and it's like you're trying to like maneuver your way through everybody. So honestly, you just gotta. I feel like the rack just has to kind of just get like bigger, but like inside that wise, I don't think I changed too much because I like how the sound kind of reverberates.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like super loud.
You don't want to mess with it too much because it's still got that like old school college hardwood classic game.
Oh yeah,
feel,
and more
but-
bathrooms too.
Yeah, the bathrooms. Yeah. Yeah, that's. All right. What else we got here? RU Bird asked of the top 25 teams, which do you think RU matches up best with in the tournament? Honestly, that's a tough one. I don't really watch much college basketball unless it's like if I'm with my friends, I'll watch Seton Hall, UNC, Duke. But other than that, I watch Big Ten, Big Ten, Big Ten, Big Ten.
Yeah, same.
Big Ten, Big Ten.
Although I think we could pick those Gonzaga guys off.
Oh yeah, they're okay. They're not bad.
The one intriguing matchup that I would want to see that Rutgers has already played is just I want Rutgers to play Ohio State again. You know, maybe like kind of like neutral refs. You know, let's see if Miles Johnson and Cliff can stay in the whole game and just see how they would match up.
Yeah, shout out to Bo Borowski.
Yeah.
Dude, even Jeff Goodman was hating on the guy yesterday. This guy just. If you have the major media guys hating on you, you know you are bad at what
I remember
you do.
Stephen Bardo from Big Ten Network.
Him too. I
went off a
don't
little bit.
get it. Like, obviously you're not well liked. Why the heck? Like, why do you have your job still? I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. But anyway.
How do you think they would? And they're not ranked, but how do you see a lot of people projecting this? How do you think Rutgers would match up against Seton Hall?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I think Mamu he's also right there with Harper in those like Wooden Awards and all whatever it was. He's such a good player. He's gonna be a probably second round pick this year, but he's so good. Like it's scary to think about. I don't know. I don't really like the matchup at all. I think he's a problem. I think Bryce Aiken could be a problem at times.
By the way, I don't want to throw you off, but I'm seeing my laptop is saying remaining meeting time is about a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a pause in a second and
Yeah.
try to figure that out in a minute. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't like the Seton Hall matchup. I don't know if you guys have anything to chime in real quick before we take a quick break.
I haven't watched Seton Hall this year, to be honest. So.
Oh yeah, like I said, I've had to watch it just because my cousin's a Seton Hall alum and he likes to talk trash all the time. Of course. But yeah, all right, guys, we're going to take like a short 2-3 minute break and figure this out real quick, and then we'll be right back.
We'll be back.
All right, we're back after a quick break and trying to figure out some technical difficulties. We are back. Night Report live. Quick. I'm gonna do. I don't even know what the word is. I'm gonna shout out our website real quick. TheNightReport.net, Rutgers.Rivals.com. Sign up today. Rutgers 21 promo code. Free premium until Easter Sunday. After Easter Sunday, you're done for. Just kidding. But
What day is Easter Sunday falling this year?
I have no idea. They've set it up for me, so I have no idea.
I know usually it's around my birthday.
I have no idea. I can't even find a calendar on this thing.
Did you get me any birthday presents, Richie?
No, I got a Valentine's Day present, and that's why I feel awful because I ate like a full bag of these things already.
You did give me a microphone, so thank you for that.
All right, you're good, man. But what do you call it? Where were we talking? We were talking some dollar hot dogs. We were talking the rack improvements.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go right back into the questions and see what else we got here. Let's see. Some poor officiating. You want to talk about that? Yeah, it sucks. It's really bad. The Big Ten's officiating is awful. Bo Borowski, whatever his name is. Guy doesn't even earn my respect. I don't want to pronounce his name right. But, yeah, it's just been god-awful. And then, like, you notice it only when it's against, like, big players. Like, what was it? Both Iowa games. I think the Ohio State game, too, if I recall.
Yeah. That was, like, the first kind of, instance, I guess you want to say.
Yeah, that one. I think the first Iowa game, the thing that was shocking, it wasn't like, all right, whatever. Miles is going to get his foul call. He's going to get those stupid ticky-tacky fouls.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, I think Ducour had 4 fouls, and then Reber had 3, and it was like, what the hell is going on? We get
It
it.
was the same thing the second time we played Iowa because Miles Johnson got 2 fouls in the first 70 seconds.
Yeah, that was
Then
crazy.
Cliff came in, got 2 fouls, and then Ducour came in and got a foul.
It's ridiculous.
And
It's-
only one of the fouls on Miles was actually a foul.
do we know if Bo Borowski was the ref for the Iowa game again?
I don't remember,
I don't remember too.
but I know they weren't good because Paul Mulcahy literally ran into Luka Garza's elbow, broke his nose, and he got called with a foul.
Ron Harper Sr. actually, said something on
That's
Twitter
what I'm
too.
saying. Like, even like former, like, I guess I know it's his son. He's going to show bias, but at the same time.
No,
come
I
on,
mean,
man, like-
he's a basketball guy. He understands.
All right. Also, guys, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed or hit the like button below, do both real quick. You get this little pop-up that pops up on our screen. Little money thing, whatever. Shout out to David. Good looks on the subscribe. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, but Bo Borowski, man. Is this guy like an Iowa alum? Like, and it's
Might have to look that up.
crazy. Like, you type his name in, and yeah, I'm not going to lie. The first 5 things that pop up are threads on our forum. But there's also a fake Bo Borowski Twitter account. There's an archive page. There's 45 photos about how he's a horrible referee. How he was disciplined in 2014 for being a bad ref, pretty much. Like, this guy sucks.
Yeah, he's the college basketball version of Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, he's him. He's who's the other one? Joey Crawford, NBA.
Mm-hmm.
That guy
Well,
was nuts.
we don't know if he's exactly, betting yet, but I guess
Yeah.
we'll find out.
I mean, Joey Crawford still has a job, doesn't he? Somehow.
Oh, who am I thinking of? Who's the ref that got clutched?
Tim something.
Ah, okay.
I can't remember. Joey Crawford's the one that just goes ape shit as soon as like there's a foul and it's like George. What? Oh God, it's bad. Like it's you see it officials for Michigan and Wisconsin, Bo Borowski, and you see 8, 9, 10 quote tweets already, and it's just like he sucks. He's awful. It's god awful. I don't even know what to say. Bo sucks.
Bo doesn't know.
Yeah,
There you go.
pretty much.
There you go.
This one, Bucky's 5th quarter, Wisconsin. Roses are red. Borowski is bad. Why the hell does he ref all of our games? I'm very sad. Oh man, this guy sucks. I hate to hate on people, but he sucks.
Who do you hate more, Bo Borowski or Chris Ash?
I hate Chris Ash. No, I hate Bo. I can't say that. Chris, you're a nice guy, but you sucked as a coach too. I'll just straight up tell you. I'm tired of being PG about it. You were fucking god awful.
And meanwhile, he's in the NFL now.
Go figure. I mean,
This is
know.
also the same guy that hired Chris Doyle, and then he had to resign like a day later.
Yeah, I saw that. What was the deal with that?
Yeah, apparently Urban hires this guy Chris Doyle, who is
Yeah.
I guess the strength coach at Iowa, and then
Yeah.
the day of it comes out. Well, not the day of, but everybody was talking about how he was accused of racism and bullying
Jesus.
during his time at Iowa, and it was like and then the Fritz Pollard alliance.
I don't know. You think
Just
you do
completely
a
blasted.
background check or something? Like
He said he did. He was like, "Oh, yeah." That was the sad part is that the day he got questioned about that, he was like, "Oh, we vetted him." He's like, "I've
Clearly
known him for
not.
20 years," even though he never coached with him. Like I think he said that he coached them at
Yeah.
Utah, but if you like look it up, I don't think they ever coached together.
Yeah, I find it interesting how it's always like a tight knit like family kind of thing with coaching. Like Urban Meyer's obviously going to hire like guys he's already worked with in the past. Chris Ash did the same thing. Even Greg just went with the whole New Jersey or former Rutgers connection route. It is interesting to see.
Yeah,
So basically,
that's what the Fritz Pollard alliance blasted them. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that the saying, I've known him for 20 years is just the part of that."
just BS.
This is like why people of color have trouble getting, jobs because these guys just hire their buddies.
Yeah,
And,
that's pretty much how it works. So one of us has to get a coaching job, and then hire our entire night report staff. That's all I'm hearing. Think about it. Our recruiting stuff would be phenomenal.
yeah, we'd have the inside scoop.
Yeah, I mean that too. That'd be nice. But yeah, I mean that's it. I don't even know where to go from there. Let's go right back to the questions, I guess.
Yeah.
If the coach see this is tough. The coach acknowledges that Rutgers is in a bad shooting slump, shooting too many threes. Why doesn't he modify the offensive game plan? The thing with 3-point shooting that most people don't understand is there's the only way to get out of it, in my opinion, is to shoot your way out of it. You're gonna have struggles like the game before, but as long as you play defense, it shouldn't matter. But yes, it's the guy said it's been pointed out by several beat writers. They continue to lazily throw up threes instead of adjusting in game to putting the ball down low. Yeah, they have to go to Miles Johnson immediately from the get-go, I think. But this is a Rutgers team that's going to live and die by that three-point line. If they're going to make a run, they're going to have to hit their threes. So, I mean, I don't know. You guys...
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like with them, yeah, that's game plan one is to get Miles Johnson going.
Ooh.
And then, although I do get what you're saying, the best way to get out of 3-point shooting slump is to shoot your way out of it. But I feel like with them, they have to be smarter with their threes because it's kind of like the way they play. Like they have to establish their inside game first and then let the 3-point shooting come. They can't be like it's not a show if I don't take a little bit of a shot. They can't be like the Brooklyn Nets where it's just threes all day every day, and it's just like because they don't have James Harden, Kevin Durant, or Russell.
All right, I'm glad you kind of rephrased that a little bit. It's about to get really. You're talking about my Nets.
Well, I mean,
it's different. When you can score 140, you can afford to give up 125.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like I don't think. Although they can shoot, they do have some pretty good 3-point shooters on their team. I don't think they can be a team that can live and die by the three because I feel like more often than not they will die.
I understand where you're coming from, Craig. Yeah, definitely.
I think it's.
It seems like every game, their first possession they give the ball to Johnson, and he makes it, and then they don't really go back to him.
Gone.
I'm not really sure why. I guess that's a good question for Michael.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they obviously do. They have Jacob Young, Montez Mathis who could get to the hoop. Gio can get to the hoop. Ron could get to the hoop. Paul does a little dance and he could make layups and whatnot.
Speaking of 3-point shooting, Paul's hitting some threes this year.
Yeah, he is hitting some threes. The only thing I know,
it's getting better.
And also, they also throw up. I know, like you talked about, Craig, about like questionable shots. It seems like they shoot a lot, like really early in the shot clock. I know Pucko before has talked about, we've got up like 10 more shot attempts than the other team. Maybe that's their philosophy, getting up more shot attempts. Maybe more will go in, but at the same time, if they're not going in, more shot attempts aren't really a good thing. But I think Rutgers in general, they're gonna win games by defense and just playing tough.
Yeah, then like you got to look at like last game, like Caleb McConnell, he's getting wide open looks from three. They're just not falling. Like he went.
Yeah, they've had open looks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he went 1 of 8,
I mean,
1
if
of
those
9.
fall, you're not gonna beat them because it's just because their inside game is usually. I mean, it's usually on. and their mid-range game has been good. So it's just like if their threes start falling, like and with their defense, like they're one of the top. They're really good.
That's what I'm saying.
We saw like early in the year.
If they start hitting those threes, man, it's gonna be hard to stop
Then they would
them.
be back to that team they were in the first like 6 games.
It's gonna be very hard to stop them. If they hit their threes, come I don't know Big Ten tournament time and come actual tournament time, call me crazy. I see a Sweet 16 run.
The one thing I'm cautious about is if they get too offensive heavy and then they, don't play as good defense, or they don't, fight for rebounds and everything. So that's something early in the season. They were giving up a lot of points, but they were scoring, and then they had that mindset. It was, we can just outscore people. So. Yeah,
no, you can't get away from the defensive mindset, and especially recently. It's changed quite a bit since that 5-game losing streak, whatever. But you got to keep up with that defense and the rebounding especially. That's big. You notice every time they lose, it's because they're out rebounded. But
they out rebounded Northwestern by over
I think 12,
14, 12.
Yeah.
Like that.
So guys, if you have any other questions, submit them in the chat to my left. I think I don't even know. To my left, this one. Sports Mafia TV said, I saw something about opening up a strip club by Rutgers, ? Dude.
Yeah, there's an idea.
Now, hear me out. If you find the address, I'll be the one to do a report on it. I'll go inside. I'll be that journalist. I'll do my journalistic duty and walk in. I haven't heard anything about that, to be honest.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can get away with putting that close to a college. I feel like it's just a recipe for disaster. But whatever.
Not unless unless like Pitino's the coach.
No point today did I think I'd be talking about the strip club.
Yeah.
But here we are. Chris Castillo asked, are we getting the whole squad back next year? I don't know. Chris, you want to dive into that one? I know we kind of talked about it before.
Yeah. Obviously, right now, a couple seniors are Gio and Jacob. I know before the season, they didn't really talk about it. I know, other reporters have asked.
They're very against talking about it.
Maybe once the season's over, we could find out. But right now, they're just focused on, trying to win these last couple games and, make runs in tournaments. I know, obviously, they have, the extra year when all the seniors can return. But we'll say, maybe it depends what happens this year. I know Joe Baker's been, outspoken about, the NCAA and all that kind of, that kind of like name and likeness stuff. Maybe that has an effect. But he loves Rutgers. He likes being here. He likes playing basketball for Rutgers. He likes being a basketball player, everything like that. So, I don't know. Other guys also have other decisions. Maybe they move on, but we'll find out more once the season, it ends.
Yeah. Selfishly, I would hope they would, because I just like watching them.
Sure.
But honestly, I can't get in their heads. I don't know what's going on. I can't if I saw a mock draft, this was like a couple months ago, had Ron going. I think they had him in the first round.
Yeah.
I think like a high first round pick. I don't. After this little, I don't know if he's still there, but I saw he's definitely getting some looks in the draft. Miles, I know we've talked about. I don't know if Miles is gonna go try out. I know. He's gonna be doing something really smart. And
I know he got into grad school.
He got in the Rutgers grad school too. So I don't see him going anywhere.
Yeah.
Jacob, I could see Jacob leaving.
I can see Jacob leaving. I know his brother plays overseas.
His brother plays in China. His brother's killing it in China. I think he had like a 50-point game the other day. I don't know if China's good anymore at all in that CBA or whatever it is, but I honestly could see him going over there. I could see him going to Europe. Look at Miles Mack. He's still making a living playing in Europe. Corey Sanders in Poland. CJ Getty's in Taiwan. It's I could see him leaving. Plus, it's his 5th year. People don't remember that.
Yeah,
he did transfer. He sat out that year. It's his 5th year this year. So does he don't want to come back for a 6th year? Probably not, if I had to guess. But I think Gio comes back. I really do. And even if he doesn't, I think Paul is ready to take over the reins there as that lead guard. He's kind of the main ball handler now, anyway. So I don't know.
he's been getting a lot of point guard. Yeah.
And Caleb, if he probably comes back, because if he was willing to, if he was willing to pull his red shirt this year, I would hope. I would think he's probably going to come back.
Yeah, and who's left? Ducor, I don't see Ducor leaving. It's going to be his senior year next year. Why leave with a year left? And plus, as much as hate as he gets, he's not an awful third big man. It's when someone gets injured and he gets promoted to second big man, that's where the troubles start. So it's kind of like third big man. It's going to be hard to convince someone to come in and be like, hey, you're going to be the third guy behind Miles for a year and behind Cliff for 2, 3, 4 years, whatever. It's hard to convince someone to be a third string. So that's why everyone's like, hit the transfer portal. Like, nah, if you're going to hit the transfer portal, get a backup for Ron. But then again, you have Palmquist, who's developing. Mawat Mag could probably play that role. Where's Jaden Jones fitting in next year?
Yeah, he played the last couple minutes against Iowa, so.
Yeah, he had an assist within like the first 10 seconds.
He shot attempt too at the buzzer.
Yeah, he's going to be a very good player. I'm intrigued to see how he fits. I think Pikel's not going to have an option next year, especially if Baker comes back. You're going to have to up that rotation from 7 to 8, maybe 9 players, depending on how Mawat and Oscar develop, because we know Jaden's going to be there right away. Yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting to see what happens, and the fact that their scholarships don't count next year, it's even better. But
it's definitely a good problem to have.
Yeah. So, but the crazy thing is, all these teams are going to have it now. So unless you're draftable, I feel like you're coming back for the most part. Unless certain situations like Jacobs, where it's 5th year, 6th year, whatever. But all right, Garden State Gardner asked, do you see Harper being a step slow? Maybe his ankle's bothering his rhythm. His shot is coming. It's so close. He's going to break out. I think he's going to break out. He's on the verge of it. I don't think he's a step too slow. I think he's fine. He's perfectly healthy. He's told us he's perfectly healthy. I think blaming it on the injury still from, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
I think that's more of a cop-out at this point, just for an excuse for him not making his shots. I just think he's rushing stuff. I think he's really rushing his three-point shot. And like Chris and I just said before, the arc on his shot, when he rushes it, it's like a fastball at the rim. It's almost like it's a weird comparison, but it's like James Harden-esque. Whereas like when he takes his time, you see like a whole like half a rainbow. I don't even know what the hell to call it. Like, but I don't know if you have anything else on that.
Yeah, and the other day he obviously got the double like Craig mentioned at the beginning. He's getting his rebounds. He still plays good D. He had a couple mid-range shots that were like on the border of 3-point range. So I think he's definitely getting there. And like you said, the injury, I don't think that's really bothering him anymore.
No.
Yeah, and I have to give him credit because I feel like although we kind of kill him for his 3-point game right now, I think he's getting I think he's really smart with it. Where you don't see him taking like 10. He won't go like 2 for 10. He'll shoot like 5 maybe, and if they're not hitting, then he'll just kind of stop and start taking some more mid-range shots, and he'll focus his game on some more of the other things: assists, rebounding, defense. So he's really, although we always look at his points total at the end of the game, he really is a complete player. So I have to give him credit there.
Yeah, I hate how people always say that he's not a 4. It really irks me at this point because it's just like every single week, Ron's not a 4. He shouldn't be playing the 4. Ron's not quick enough for the 3. Ron can't rebound. Ron has a double-double. Ron's averaging 6 rebounds per game. Like, stop it. He is a 4. In today's basketball world, there is no positions anymore. There's a big man and there's guards, and that's pretty much what everyone is. It's insane, but I don't know. Like I said, it irks me a little bit, but I don't think it's his ankle. I think he's fine. I think he'll be really good. Sports Mafia TV said Ron Harper's little brother looks good. Hopefully we get him. He had like an 18, 19-point game as a freshman at Bosco the other day.
I saw that.
Pretty impressive.
I think it was 19. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a heck of a start. Plus the bloodlines of Ron Harper Sr. and Ron Harper Jr. even, I guess, at this point. He's going to be a good player, I think. And he looks, I hate to say it, he looks skinnier than Ron already. But
yeah, he's skinnier, but he's a freshman too.
Yeah, he'll get there. But what else we got here? More officiating. I'm done talking about Bo Borowski. If this was a COVID era, would you guys go to any away games? I went to Maryland last year. It was kind of cool. It's neat. It's different. It was a weekday, so there wasn't really many fans or students, I should say, but it's a weird atmosphere. I wanted to go to Penn State this year. I forget where else. Who else were they supposed to play? Oh, the Garden. Obviously, the Garden's the Garden.
Oh yeah, we went to the Garden last year, you and I, Richie, and then and I'm sure. I mean, and we were planning to go to the NCAA tournament, but
Yeah, that would have been sick. I just don't know where. I don't even know where they were going. It was like the Midwest, wasn't it?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I don't think we got one. I think
There was no bracket or anything.
yeah,
Technically, yeah.
like I think the last projection said like Spokane.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
remember
Rutgers
that
and Spokane.
because I did look up a flight, and it was actually cheap. It's just like it's like 2 connecting flights, and I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, they were like, "You
I
want to
just-
fly to?" They were like, "You want to fly to Spokane?"
People want to come here? Oh, geez. Sports
Sorry,
Mafia
people
TV
slow.
said Ron needs to lose some weight and get in shape. It's a yes, he's not in the best shape in the world, but it's a false narrative in my opinion. He's in very good shape. If you look at it, you look at a picture from him from freshman year to now, complete like 180. I think Ron's in really good shape right now. He's never going to be as quick as I don't know the Caleb McConnells or the. No one's as quick as Jacob Young, so let's stop that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Jacob Young went coast to coast the other day, right? And then
yeah, that was just impressive to see. Everyone even says he might be one of the fastest players in the conference.
Sure.
Oh, we have a fan from London.
Wow.
Holy shit!
What time is it there? Is it 7:30?
Good point. I didn't even think to ask that one, but wow.
Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
thanks.
Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Sure.
But hit that subscribe button, make the little sound come up. I'm trying to get a cooler sound, like a chop or something. I thought or something stupid, something I don't know. Go RU. But for now we have the little money sign.
Look at that. We reached another.
Cherry Family Chiropractic. Shout out to that guy. You need your chiropractic work done, go to him. Anyway, I don't know about away games. What else we got on here? Not many other questions left that I can find, at least. Someone asked about I think it was your mother-in-law, actually, Chris, about the volleyball coach.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any. I don't know anything about volleyball.
I really don't.
They got a
really
win.
don't have
They got a
anything
Big
in
Ten
volleyball.
win.
I know they obviously Big Ten super tough in volleyball. That's all I really know. They beat Indiana a couple weeks ago and they hung tough in Nebraska. That's all I know.
I mean, I think
As
that
the
was
leading aficionado on Rutgers volleyball, I would like to say that their 1-7 record is not what you want.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right. They got their first Big Ten win this year, I think it was. So it's impressive, and I mean, we really got nothing else unless you guys want to jump into some football.
It's taking to basketball. Obviously, I don't know if we mentioned on the stream. I think we talked about it beforehand, but the women's team, 3-0 since coming back from their month-long plus pause, which is crazy. They beat Nebraska, then they upset Northwestern, ranked number 21, and then they beat blanking. I watched it yesterday. They beat Purdue on the road yesterday. I kept thinking two of those, I think two of them were on the road too. So that's huge. They're on the way to the NCAA tournament again, despite having a month off, which is insane. And they have a lot of young players who are really playing well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where Arella goes in the draft. Actually, I've done not a ton of research, but I've done enough to the point where I can tell she's pretty much. It looked like a top 5 pick. If I'm wrong.
She had she dropped 30 yesterday.
Yeah, right now this one has her at 3. It's cool to see. I don't know if I don't know. Don't quote me if a women's basketball player has ever been gotten drafted as high out of Rutgers.
I believe so.
Maybe?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's just.
I remember. I think I wrote about it. Let me see if I can find my article real quick.
Yeah, CViv has such a resume though; it's incredible. The work she's done. She's in the not NBA basketball Hall of Fame. Speaking of which, I don't know why there's not 2 separate ones, but even 3 separate ones. There's high school coaches in this one. It's like I don't know, whatever. Anyway,
I found my article here. I'm scrolling through real quick. Oh, you know what? Maybe I was just reading the media guide that had it. All right, give me one sec.
That's all good.
I know I saw like a list somewhere. It went like pick by pick.
Yeah, everything I've read seems like this team's in the bubble. Like not in the bubble. They are firmly in this tournament. So I mean,
which is pretty good for a team that missed as many games as they did.
I know. I'm so curious how good they could be too, just because they had Diamond Johnson come in, who was a 5-star, 4-star, I forget.
She's really good.
Yeah, she's good. Sanders, they still have Sanders?
No.
Who's the one that you wrote?
They have Zippy Broughton, but she's been out.
Zippy, you had the.
She's been out, but they have a lot of young big players, post players. I should say that.
Shakia Mack's nice. I think she had a big game.
Shakia Mack, I love her. Yeah, she's really good.
She had a really good game.
She's
I
feisty.
mean, shout out to women's basketball. You guys think we don't pay attention to it? We do.
Sure.
But Sports Mafia said, you think there'll be fans at the spring game this year at SHI Stadium in New Jersey, USA? No.
Being April, yeah, probably not.
Absolutely not. They're not
Probably
even
not,
opening
no.
up the campus, I don't think, until like August or September. So I don't even know if they're going to have spring game because I know it's weird this year. Some teams like Purdue starts their spring practice, I think, this week. They're trying to get it out of the way, get it done, and then give those kids that bigger break so they can have like instead of what March or April to August, now they'll get from March to August and give them a bigger break to go home, take a break from sitting in your dorm room 24/7 and avoiding all this.
So going back to the women real quick, Cappy Pondexter was second overall in 06.
Really? Good for her. Yeah, that's crazy. I thought there was a chance Arella could have been the one,
Epiphany
but-
Prince was fourth in her
Fourth.
year.
Right. Damn. It's telling you, CViv's resume is incredible.
It's insane,
He's pretty good.
and it keeps getting better. You know.
I don't know. And her contract's coming up too. You gotta throw her some money right there. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, submit them in the chat. We're gonna probably end this relatively soon. It's almost been an hour. I think technically it has because we messed up
Yeah,
the
I think
first
it's been
one,
an hour.
but whatever. Yeah, if you have any questions at all, submit them in the chat. If you don't follow us already on social media, it's all at the bottom somewhere. Instagram, our website, our YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Sign up for premium if you don't have it already. Got the inside scoop every single day, 24/7. Everything Rutgers athletics, recruiting, wrestling, basketball, football. We just talked about the
Volleyball.
volleyball, women's basketball. We got it all.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of sports are starting or just started. You know,
Baseball. I
lacrosse
can't
is starting.
wait.
You know, field hockey, soccer.
Yeah, it's cool that all these sports have a schedule, right? Because hey, where's the baseball schedule? I don't know. Softball has one, and baseball still doesn't have one. I'm so annoyed about this. There might play.
You didn't ask Pat Hobbs about that?
No, because it wasn't like that was like 2 weeks ago, right? A week ago, I forget. I guess it was. Yeah, it was a week ago. Wow. Yeah, I should have probably asked him about that. Yeah, he gave a lot of good info though. Like we've mostly talked facilities, but he gave a lot of good info. They have plans for the rack, plans for baseball stadium / softball stadium / Greg Schiano's football palace, as our buddies at the RU Screw Pod like to call it. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I really am intrigued. It's going to take a while for Rutgers to catch up to these schools, but it's going to be interesting when they do.
Well, now you have a question. Next time you see him, you ask,
Yeah.
Mr. Hobbs, is there any thought to putting a strip club near the rack?
Hear me out. College kids would spend a ton of money in there.
You want to talk about a recruiting?
That's yikes. Well, a good thing it's Greg Schiano running the program and not Butch Jones. Not Butch Jones. Jeremy Pruitt. That's who it was. Hey, he's
No, he's at the Giants now.
Hey, dude. Hey, it's the NFL. You can do whatever you want now.
Oh
You want a McDonald's
Gus
bag?
Malzahn.
You get a McDonald's bag.
yeah, I saw Gus Malzahn just got hired by UCF.
Yeah, they hired that new AD from Arkansas State, who I'm pretty sure hired Butch Jones in the first place. This man had to go through 2 coaching searches within like a month, which is incredible. What else we got here? Wait, can you talk more about facilities? Yeah, Chris. What do you want to know about facilities? I'll give you anything I know and or don't know. But yeah, Sports Mafia TV said, "Who does Rutgers baseball play this week?" They don't play. That's what's pissing me off. The fact that they
Everyone
don't have a
else
schedule.
basically started. I know. I actually watched the tennis match the other day too.
That's there. They're going to move that too, apparently. That was the little tidbit that I loved the most about that interview. Is he said we want to move the tennis courts over to Livingston. That tells me right then and there that practice facility or Greg Schiano's football palace is going right there.
Yeah, because the tennis courts are behind the health center and the
Yeah.
stadium and the practice field.
So you park over there, you'll be able to access the outdoor facility, the indoor facility, the Hale Center. It's all going to be right there. So that would be, ideally, that would be the move, I would think. But then you can get rid of the bubble, create more parking, hopefully, because it's a giant mess over there as is. And now with the Rock in there, I don't know that's where we used to park. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. Sports Mafia. I have no idea. Baseball's supposed to start I don't know, this week. Thursday. It's supposed to start this Thursday. They have not put out a schedule, and I don't know. It's very annoying. It pisses me off. I hate the Big Ten because they're not doing out of conference games now this year.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they're going to play 4-game series. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It ruins rotations now because I'm used to seeing the Friday, Saturday, Sunday rotation. Now I'm going to have to see, instead of that random Wednesday game, it's going to be Thursday, Friday. I don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay.
I mean, they should have a good team regardless. So.
Oh yeah, they should have. I actually.
The pitching's getting a lot better.
The pitching's better. They have a JUCO kid. I forget his name. Nathan something. Nate something. He's going to be their third starter, I believe. Tevin Murray, who not last season because there wasn't a season. Season before that was all Big Ten, I believe. And then of course Harry Rakowski. How can I forget? Future MLB prospect Harry Rakowski. Former draft pick out of high school. He's going to be good. Chris said you said ideas about a baseball and softball stadium. Yeah, that's what Hobbs told me the plan was. He said the number one, they want to get lights. Number two, they want to start building a don't quote him on this, but he said basically a stadium seating complex, something like just to upgrade the facilities in general. It's going to happen eventually. He said, but the thing I did catch that he did say, he told me word for word, if someone's willing to pay for lights, have them contact me. Chris, you got a couple mil laying around?
And Richie said, "Say no more."
Say no more.
Right.
So I had 2 people DM me after they read that article. They go, "So you starting to GoFundMe or am I starting it?" Start it, man. Start it up. Start up a GoFundMe for lights because I just want to watch a night game of baseball. Nice.
Well, we'll do it, but the stadium better be named after us. It better be the Night Report Stadium or something. That would be awesome.
Yeah. But no,
TKR Stadium. That's a nice ring to it.
There you go.
And we'll get the TKR lights at Banton Field.
Yeah, we'll just pay for the lights. We're not going to get the stadium rights. We'll get the lights.
And the outfield grass would just say TKR in it.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be actually really cool. What's the football palace? Greg Schiano's indoor facility. It's going to happen. It's part of his contract. It's only a matter of time. We call it the football palace just because the fact that you had to put that in your contract tells me that it's the Greg Schiano football palace. So I thought that was interesting that he put it in his contract. It's still a couple, probably 2023, 2022. It's not happening.
Obviously a lot of the stuff got delayed too.
Yeah, but the fact that the Rockin's done, they're going to move on to something else. The question is, where do you go next? Do you start with baseball, softball that need desperate repairs, or do you go to Schiano's football palace? And then, like he said, there's other stuff. They added a golf facility that's big. They added locker rooms. I think they actually revealed the locker rooms this week it was track and field, I believe, something like that. Because the rack,
I didn't see that one.
That back part of the rack, where the student section is, they put new locker rooms for softball and baseball, and new locker rooms for not lacrosse, field hockey and track and field.
Okay.
So it's nice to get them some love for a change. Yeah. What else we got in here? Didn't we get the outfielder from Virginia Tech? I think it was Virginia.
Evan Slight. Evan Slight.
Yeah, Evan Slight, top 150 prospect out of high school. Very good player. This team's going to be good. I am so excited because all they needed was some hitting, and it looks like they kind of got it now. They needed more power. Ryan Lasko was named Big Ten preseason freshman of the year. Another outfielder. Add in Danny DiGiorgio coming back from injury after he tore his ACL 2 years ago. He was a stud. He was hitting I think 300. You ever hear his story, by the way? Very exciting story. He just walked on randomly and they're like, "Oh wait, dude, you're really good. You're starting shortstop." And all of a sudden he got I forget the exact background to it, but it's something like that. He got all Big Ten freshman team, 2020 team captain, and 2020 Big Ten preseason honors list. Kid's good. Kid's very, very good. But, this team, I love this team. I think it's really going to be interesting to see. And Steve Owens is a heck of a coach. Me and you have talked to him, Chris, and he's a super nice guy. Very open about his team. He'll tell you right away if, this needs work, this needs work. No coach speak. Very good with it.
No, he went. He talked a lot to us, though, one day we were over there.
That was great. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions before we wrap this up, put them in the chat real quick, and we'll try to get them done. I think our Zoom says we got, 3 minutes left?
Yeah.
You guys got any closing thoughts?
No, I mean, we'll see what Rutgers basketball does against Michigan on Thursday. It's not going to be easy. I think Michigan is just too good. I think they're going to be too much for Rutgers, but anything could happen in the Big Ten any given day. So that's all I got.
Yeah, same deal. Michigan's going to be tough, If they somehow find a way to get that, like you can probably book the flight to wherever the March Madness is, but I wouldn't expect
Indiana.
No, March Madness wherever we go.
Yeah.
Talking about?
It's actually all in
it's all in
Indiana, too.
Indiana. Giant
Mhm.
bubble.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could probably book the flight if we win that one, but assuming we don't, I would say get the magic number. I'd say is 10. Just try and get 2 out of the last 4, and you should be good.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're allowing fans or media, to be honest.
Last time I looked, when I wrote about it, they didn't have anything.
I can't imagine them having either, to be
Yeah.
honest. It's too
probably not.
maybe parents at the very least. You'd hope,
Mhm.
but yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Don't forget to subscribe to our website. Subscribe to the YouTube down below. If you hit subscribe, there's a little bell that pops up. Click that bell. Every time we go live, you'll get a little notification on your phone. A little I don't even know what it's called. The little pop-up ad thing tells you we're live. Yeah, I got nothing else. See what Rutgers does on Thursday against Michigan. And Bo Borowski, you still suck.